A very pleasant good morning to all, and welcome to day 4 of our daily devotionals this week, entitled Removing the Veil. This is Anthony Roberts, and I currently serve as the senior pastor of the RevivalTime Assembly, which is a member church of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies in the South Trinidad District. We have been sharing on removing the veil. We looked at our theme for this year, From Glory to Glory, and we saw from our passage in 2 Corinthians 3 that there's a veil that prevented the people from seeing the glory of God in Moses, and you want to remove every veil that prevents us from seeing the glory of God. Yesterday we looked at one aspect, one veil, the veil of ignorance or lack of knowledge. And that knowledge is available to us in His Word to let us know exactly how we can see the glory of God. We go to Him based on the Word of God. Today we're looking at a second aspect, a second veil that must be removed, the veil of a lack of faith, the veil of unbelief. John 11:40 says, Jesus said unto her, Said I not unto thee, that if thou wouldst believe, thou shouldest see the glory of God. There is a veil of unbelief. There is a veil of a lack of faith that can prevent us from seeing the glory of God. This passage was when Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead, and just before that, they did not believe, and Jesus had to say to them, listen, if you only believe, Jesus said to her, if you believe, you will see the glory of God. So we want to believe. We want to believe. We want to exercise faith in God so that we could see the glory of God. When the disciples were on that sea, and the sea was boisterous and they were being threatened with drowning and overturn of the boat and so on, they came to Jesus. Jesus says to them, why are you so fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and he rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. He was saying to them, listen, if you have faith, you will see the glory. And he calmed the sea. They saw his glory. In Matthew chapter 17, he says, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, remove thence to a yonder place, and it shall be removed. If you will just have faith, we're going to see the glory. We're going to see all the impossible things happen if we continue to hold on to God in faith. In Mark chapter 9 verse 24, this man who had a child that was demon possessed, came to Jesus, and he says to Jesus, Lord, help my unbelief. He wanted to believe. When Jesus was at Nazareth, it says that he could do no mighty works among them because of their unbelief. In Nazareth, his hometown, he wanted to do some mighty works, but because they looked at him and said, is this not a carpenter's son? They were so unbelieving that he could do no mighty works among them. So I'm suggesting you today that you have faith in God. Faith. Ask God to help us to continue to believe in Him so that we could see the glory of God. May God bless you. See you tomorrow for the conclusion of our series, Removing the Veil, in this week's daily devotion.